So what happens when a cop tries to actually serve the community? Well, this happens. A Black female cop punished after calling out missing video evidence in relation to a citizen complaining. All right, put it up full mass. This Black female officer is a hero, and I want everyone who sees this story to understand exactly why she is a true leader. Black female officer says she was punished after calling out missing video evidence of two white Maryland cops assaulting an African-American driver. She has now filed a lawsuit. Quote, missing evidence, she said. Quote, there was a tape missing from a traffic stop, which I was investigating, end quote. At the time, she was also pursuing a racial discrimination complaint with the Police Internal Affairs Department and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, alleging that African-American officers were receiving harsher punishment for disciplinary matters than white officers within her scope. Yes, that eventually led to a federal civil rights lawsuit by Hispanic and Black police officers against Prince George's County, filed in December of 2018. A decorated officer with 20 years on the force, Zollicoffer, had witnessed multiple instances of desperate treatment of officers of color within the police department by manager and supervisors, including unfair disciplinary actions, denied promotions, and racially offensive work environments, the lawsuit states. Her promotion to IA, Internal Affairs, in 2015 had given her an opportunity to be inside the room, at the table, and to investigate such wrongdoing. She said during an interview with the Strategies for Justice podcast in 2021, but once I spoke up about what I witnessed in internal affairs, I was kicked out. She told the Washington Lawyers Committee, a civil rights organization. So let's go back to February 2018. While investigating the alleged police brutality incident, Zollicoffer was abruptly transferred to the midnight shift on the police department's patrol bureau, a position she did not seek. After she continued to press for a complete copy of the missing video footage, she was charged internally with misrepresenting herself and conduct unbecoming an officer for continuing to investigate a case that was no longer, or she was no longer assigned to. An internal affairs investigation into her alleged misconduct in 2020 that was led by Matthew Slajeski of the Anne Arundel Police Department, whom Zollicoffer claims conspired with Watkins to conduct a racially biased and improper investigation orchestrated to result in her termination. Both are white. She alleges that her disciplinary case was further tainted when attorney Sean Owens was assigned to represent her by the police union, the Fraternal Order of Police for Prince George's County. Owens was simultaneously representing Zollicoffer and the two officers accused of using excessive force in the internal affairs case that she had been investigating, a quote, clear and direct conflict of interest that she objected to with the FOP, demanding new counsel. You clearly see the fix is in. The fix is in all over the place. She's in IA. She investigates as IA should. She's being a true public servant. They move her to patrol, not just regular patrol, midnight patrol. Midnight. You can't even communicate with the citizens. So midnight patrol. They then investigate her through the IA department with the combo between one jurisdiction and another. And before you know it, well, she has a lawyer representing her who's also representing the people that she was investigating. Okay. There's more. So her disciplinary record or case proceeded anyway. So April 2021, Ms. Zollicoffer was demoted 2 ranks to corporal and threatened with termination. Her salary was cut in half, or losing her pension as a lieutenant. Okay. These were the threats. She felt as though she had no choice but to retire, the complaint says. The two officers in the excessive force case were later cleared, reported NBC Washington. That is what they wanted. They wanted them to be cleared. In July of 2021, the 11 police officers involved in the federal lawsuit, including Zollicoffer, settled for $2.3 million in compensation for discrimination and retaliation they experienced as members of the Prince George's County Police Department, reported Maryland Matters. She now seeks unspecified compensatory and punitive damages against Zollicoffer and the Fraternal Order of Police. Quote, this scheme sought to destroy Lieutenant Zollicoffer's reputation and her career, all because she was trying to do the right thing. Her counsel, civil rights attorney, Jordan Howlett, told NBC Washington. I want to say this for all of the cops who watch the program. A lot of police officers watch this show, and a lot of them are fans of this show. And some of the cases that we report on, we Indisputable, we receive this information from whistleblowers. Many times those whistleblowers are part of IA, Internal Affairs, and they know that they have limited mobility to actually investigate true issues from that position. It's basically the police investigating the police, right? And so they will communicate with us. We do protect their anonymity here and always will. But here's what happens. You have a good, solid career police officer. She has moved up the ranks. She gets into IA. She does her job on behalf of the citizens, not on behalf of a corrupt culture. And look what they tried to do to her. I highly recommend for any good cop out there, anytime something like this happens to you, if this happens to you, do not, my recommendation, do not allow them to appoint you an attorney inside of the union or the Fraternal Order of Police. Get you a civil rights lawyer immediately. All right. The Sisters of True, Shero, Hero, however you want to term it. Sharon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Shero, I prefer, and you're right. Just like if you need HR because you're being discriminated against, don't go to HR to report it until you have your ducks in a row and have an outside civil rights attorney. You're right. They failed her. It's a setup. The system is rigged in this case, and they're never going to investigate themselves. The attorney would work against you, not for you, as this Shero found out.
Yeah. We'll bring you updates as they come. I'm very happy that she filed this lawsuit to get things out in the open.